Online coaching is one of the most profitable ways to make money online right now because you don't sell a product. You're selling your time for money, and the hourly rate that you can get paid for coaching is absolutely insane. So in this video, I'm going to show you step by step how you can set up a highly profitable coaching program with Kajabi. Real quick, if you are new to Kajabi and you haven't used this software yet, rather than going to the regular Kajabi website where you can get a 14-day free trial, this is what they have open to the public. I can offer you an extended 30-day free trial by using my partner link in the description. On top of this, if you sign up to Kajabi using my link, not only will you get access to the extended 30-day free trial, but I will also give you access to the Holden Academy Elite package. Inside of this, there are two courses, one of them teaching you how to actually use Kajabi. The second will teach you how to go from $0 to $10,000 per month with online products. And on top of this, I will also give you access to my insider community so that you get one-on-one access to me. So a pretty sweet deal right there. And to get access, all you have to do is sign up to Kajabi using my link. Okay, so jumping into this, and I'm on a brand new Kajabi account, a demo account that I've set up. So I have nothing on here. I don't have any coaching programs. I'm starting from scratch with this. So I'm starting at the same point that you are. Now to set up your coaching program, all we are going to do is go to products over here on the left hand side. And from this drop down menu, we want to go ahead and click into coaching. And then it's going to tell us to set up our coaching program. So to do this, we just click right here on get started. Then in here, this is where we can start adding the details for our coaching program, what this is going to be about. We can add a description and a coach name. So I'm going to set this up like it is for this channel, and I will maybe even actually sell this coaching at a later date. So we'll see. But what we can do is go into title right here, and we can call this 0 to 10K per month coaching. Then for the coach name, of course, I'm going to go down and add my own name in here. And for the description, I'll give you a little tip here. What I would do with this is I would actually use ChatGPT. I would use AI to create this description for us because it's just going to be so much more powerful than what you can probably write right now as a brand new person to online coaching. So I'm just going to say, create me a short description for my coaching program titled 0 to 10K per month coaching. And in here, we can read through unlock your path to consistent 10K months. This coaching program gives the exact strategies, systems. This is beautiful, right? So all we have to do is copy and paste this into here, and we now have the description added. Now, it's going to say thumbnail image is optional, but you always want to add a thumbnail image right here, as it just boosts the professionalism of this coaching program so much. And as a coach, you want to be as professional as possible. So to create this thumbnail image without having to learn Photoshop or have any crazy design skills, the best platform for this is a platform called Canva. The reason that we use Canva is because Canva have a bunch of templates that we can just go in and edit. And as I say, we don't need incredible design skills. With Canva though, to get access to all of the templates, you do need access to Canva Pro. But once again, I will hook you up with a 30-day free trial. So you can sign up to Canva, we can create this, and then you can just cancel before you get charged. So I'll leave that link in the description. But what we are going to do is these dimensions need to be 1280 by 720. So we just want to go to Canva right here and go custom size. And we want to set this to 1280 by 720. And then we can create this new design. Then once this is loaded in, and this is exactly why we use Canva, we want to go to design in this top left corner. And in templates, if we just type in coaching, look at this. We have a bunch of coaching templates that we can just simply go in and edit. So I really like the look of this one. We can just go in and we can now edit this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this image of this random guy, and I'm going to upload an image of myself. Now, the awesome thing about Canva, this is another reason that we use this, is because if I go in and add an image of myself right here, all I have to do is click on background remove, and it's going to take that background out, right? So I can now stretch this up and put myself right here. I can then move myself to the back so the text is in front of me. And then in here, we can just click to edit the text, and we can say 0 to 10K per month. And then instead of success, I'm going to say coaching. Awesome. Then the last thing that I'm going to change in here is my brand colors are not red. So this doesn't really make sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here and change this to more of a blue color. So we can have this and then maybe some darker blue spots. Same with this, we'll go for the darker blue spots and the light blue right here. And then for this text, I'm just going to go in and change this to this lighter blue once again. Actually, I'll tell you what, we will make this darker blue, and then we will have this yellow as the more lighter blue. Then we'll be able to see the black text still. Then maybe we can move this up just a little bit, and perfect. That took me like 2-3 minutes to create, and I now have an absolutely beautiful thumbnail or cover image that I can use for my coaching program. So what we can now do is just go up and download this. Just like that, we want to download, and this is why we need Canva Pro, because we have premium elements in there. If I didn't have Canva Pro, which as I say, you can get the 30-day free trial of, this would have cost me $6 to create. So really good offer right there. So then what we are going to do is just go back to the thumbnail image right here, and I can upload my thumbnail image. Absolutely beautiful. Click on save, and this is now going to be dropped in. So once we have all of this created and all of these details added in, we can go along to the next step. And in here, we can now choose if this is going to be one-on-one coaching or whether this is going to be group coaching. So the way that this works is if we go one-on-one coaching, the sessions that we set up, these are just going to be with one single person, and each person will have their own access to this coaching program. They will jump on the calls themselves, they will be able to download the resources themselves, or alternatively, we can go for group coaching right here. And with group coaching, you will have a call with a group of people on the same call. So for me, I'm just going to go for one-on-one coaching. This is going to be much better for smaller creators, especially. For group coaching, you really need like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. You need that elite level of prestige where people are like, this person is so knowledgeable that I don't really mind being on a call with multiple people at the same time. As a smaller coach, if this is your first coaching program, you really want to give people that one-on-one time, make them feel like they are getting as much value out of you as possible. And that is how you can charge such high rates. You can earn such a high hourly rate from coaching. So I'm going to go for one-on-one. We can then go in here and choose how many sessions are going to be in this coaching program. So just to start out, I'm going to go for 6, and each person who signed up to my coaching program, they are going to get 6 one-on-one calls with me. So we can click on continue once we have decided how many sessions. And then in here, we can now set up the scheduling preferences. So what I would say is if you have never used Calendly before, stick with Kajabi. If you've used Calendly, if you already have this set up, if you've done coaching in the past, you like the Calendly interface, you like how this works, and you know how to use this, then you can go with Calendly absolutely. It's super easy to connect up. But if you've never done coaching before, if you've never used Calendly, you're just basically adding extra steps when we can do everything that we need to inside of Kajabi. So that is the scheduling preference. Then we can go down to the location, and this is essentially where we can choose, do you want to use Kajabi to essentially host your videos and once again have everything inside of the platform? Or do you want to use something that you already are using, something like Zoom or Google Meets or one of these other options? So if you do want to connect this up, we just go custom, and then you can enter your Zoom meeting link in here. But as I say, for most people, unless you really want to use Zoom, I would just stick with Kajabi. We can then go in and choose how long each of these sessions are going to last for, how long people get these one-on-one sessions. And I'm going to set this to an hour apiece. From here, we can then click on continue, and we can essentially choose in here the color of our program. So with this, the button colors and icons, I'm going to set to more of this darker blue right here, just like that. And then for the secondary color, I'm going to go for a much lighter blue. Maybe we can bring this down a little bit to make this even darker, just like that. And perfect, that looks much better. So we can choose the colors there and then click on continue. And on this final step, we now want to price the coaching program. So you can set this up for free. This would be, unless you're just trying to get testimonials and you're really brand new to this, then we don't want a free coaching program. But then down here in paid, we can choose if this is like one-time access. So people pay like $2,000 upfront and they get these 6 sessions, whether they pay weekly for each session that they have. This is going to be the subscription or multi-pay. But for most coaching programs, you want people paying upfront. You just want that upfront cash, and then you can give them as much value as possible. So for mine, I'm going to set this to a 2997 price, $2,997. And that way they get 6 coaching sessions with me where I teach them how to make $10,000 per month online. If this price scares you, don't worry about that. If you're like really brand new to this and you don't see how anybody would possibly pay $3,000 for a coaching program, you'll learn over time as you get more clients, as people actually start getting results. You'll learn that this actually works. You'll learn the value there. Like for me, if I'm teaching people how to make $10,000 per month, of course they're going to pay $3,000. But if that price scares you, just bring it down to a level that you're comfortable with. Sell a few, bump the price up. It doesn't have to remain consistent all the time. As you get more experience, as people start getting results, as you start getting testimonials, you can just bump the price up from there. From here, we can then choose the payment type, which we are going to set as Kajabi payments. So from here, we can just also select Google and Apple Pay. Then people can pay with any card type that they like. Then we just want to click on Save and Finish. And this is our coaching program has now been set up. Awesome. But we aren't finished yet. This is just the basic outline. We now actually have the coaching program, but we do need to go in here and set up things like the package outline. So if we go into the package outline right here, you can see we have these 6 sessions that we set up. And at any point, if you want to like lower the amount of sessions that you are offering to people, we can simply go down and we can delete a session. We can add in new sessions if you want to add more to this. But we can now go through and we can start planning out and showing our clients what they are going to get in each session. So if we go ahead and click into session 1 right here, we can go session 1. And we can say that this is going to be setting up and optimizing your organic channels. So I'm teaching people how to make $10,000 per month with online products. The very first step that we are going to do is, of course, set up their channels, make sure they are optimized. This is going to be the first coaching session. And then for this, once again, with the session description, especially if we have a lot of these like 6 sessions, I'm going to use ChatGPT once again, just to go in here and we can say, create me a session description for this session. So we now have this, let's actually make this a little bit longer. Perfect. So we can now just grab this right here and then drop this into the session description. We can then go down to the agenda and list all of the items that we plan to cover. So we can go in here and we can say, we are going to cover the organic marketing strategy, how to make your first sale in the next 24 hours. Then we can go setting up Instagram, setting up YouTube. You get the idea. We just want to go in here and add everything that we are going to cover in each of these sessions. Then we can also add in certain resources. So if you have like an ebook that you want people to get access to, if you have certain templates or anything like this, we can go ahead and drop them in here. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and save this. So as we can see, session 1 is now set up right here. So then we can go down and do the same thing with session 2. We can add a description, add the agenda, add the title, everything like that. So that's how we can set up the package outline. What we do need to do in offers is there's nothing we really need to change on the front end. We already set this up. The only thing I would actually change in here is I would just upload our cover image to this as well. So we can just drop that in right there. But the main thing that we need to edit in this area is the actual checkout page. So once people have actually hit the checkout page, well, what we need to do is actually edit this checkout, right? Because right now it's pretty much blank. So we can go in here, and as you can see, we do have this beautiful thumbnail image, but there's nothing in here. We need to add some sales copy. So you can type this out yourself. But once again, if you're brand new to coaching, honestly, ChatGPT is probably going to do a much better job of writing captivating sales copy. So we can go in and just drop this in. And I'm going to say for ChatGPT, make me a product description for my coaching program using this template and expanding to make it better. And then as we can see, it's now going to go ahead and do this exactly for us. So this looks absolutely fantastic. We can see we have like call to actions, important details, things like this. So we can simply go in, and I didn't copy it all there. Just like that. Go back over and drop this in. And then we simply go ahead and save this right here. And that sales copy is now going to be added. So we now have a beautiful checkout page that is going to be created. So from here, we can just click on save and we want to back out to Kajabi right here. And now the offers area is complete. If we just go down and take a look what is going to happen, when they actually purchase this, they will be taken to the product library so they can get immediate access, and they will be sent a default email by Kajabi, basically telling them, hey, you're in, here's your access link. Everything is covered on Kajabi's end. So from here, we can just go back into the coaching program. Then after offers, the last thing that we need to do is go into settings right here. And this is very, very important, right? We want to come down to scheduling because this is going to allow people to schedule their calls, but we don't want them to be able to book at like 3 a.m. with 15 minutes notice. So we have the session duration right here. We want to send people a reminder 15 minutes before the session starts. This is absolutely fine. But we want to go down and we want to manage our default availability. So in here, we can choose on Monday when we are available. So 9 to 5 is absolutely perfect. Tuesday is going to be the same. And what I'm going to do is we will set availability on Saturdays, but we will leave Sundays off. So we can just set this. Once again, I will go 9 to 5 p.m. just like this. We can then go down and set the frequency of available time slots. So this is absolutely fine. This means people can book on the hour or at 30 minutes past. How long in the future can they book out? So 4 weeks is absolutely fine once again. And then down here, you might also want to connect up a calendar. If you use like a Google Calendar, you can connect it up right here. If you use iCloud, you can connect it up right there. But that is the availability now done, so we can go in and we can save this. Another important thing that we want to do in settings is these Kajabi live recordings. We want to turn this on. And what this is going to do is it's going to upload the Kajabi recording. So it will record the session that we have. And once the session is complete, it's then going to upload that session into the session area right here. So let's say I have a one-on-one call with a certain person. It's going to upload it to session 1 so that they can watch this back on demand. And that's going to add a lot of value. So we now have that set up right there. And if we go ahead and click into coaching once again, you will see that it's going to take us over to a different screen. So right here, we have the dashboard. It's going to show us any upcoming sessions that we have. We can see any past sessions that we have had and any pending sessions that we are waiting for. We can then go over to programs and we can see all of the programs that we have right here. So this is my one-on-one coaching 0 to 10K per month. And if we click into this to see what our clients are going to see on their side, this is what they are going to see. It looks a little bit strange right now because I only have session 1 actually set up and I didn't set the rest of these up, but you know how to do this. So our clients come in, they can click on schedule, they can see the agenda, and then they can click on schedule session right here and they can choose when they want to book this call. So perfect, we now have that set up. In here, we can then see our clients, all of the clients that we have inside of this coaching program. And yeah, we now have this fully set up. You can see everything that we have, all of the active clients, the revenue in the last 30 days. And that is how you can set up a coaching program on Kajabi. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.